Non à la violence, non au tribalisme, non à la manipulation.
Ensemble, main dans la main pour préserver l'unité de notre cher et beau pays, le Cameroun.
C'est un message de Royal FM, la radio des auditeurs.
The 6 AM
with Ebel, Bella, Saint-Marie.
Good morning, blessed people. Welcome to Royal Morning News, coming to you live from Royal FM 88.4. A late story. Communication Minister Rene Emmanuel Sadi called on all Cameroonians to take preventive measures as the coronavirus pandemic seriously hit the country.
Vigilance of each and every one of us remains a necessity and a requirement.
Get this and more in this edition of our Monday News. Good morning once again. My name is Abel Bela Sama. We will open our news. Like I said in our late story, the Minister of Communication says Cameroon has recorded over 9,000 cases of COVID-19 within 2 months. Minister Rene Emmanuel Sadi was speaking in Yaoundé Monday evening during a press conference to present the current situation of the pandemic in the country. The press conference took place in the presence of Public Health Minister Dr. Madawoda Malashi and the Delegate General for National Security, Matemba Gangele. Let's now listen to the Minister of Communication, Rene Emmanuel Sadi, in the following excerpt.
Though we can rightly hail the measures taken and the actions undertaken by Cameroon, the fact remains that the vigilance of each and every one of us remains a necessity and a requirement, if not a collective duty and obligation. Indeed, an assessment of the situation in recent times reveals a resurgence of the pandemic and therefore an expansion of the contamination throughout the national territory.
In a related development, the Minister of External Relations, Lejeune Bilambila, has been discussing ways to introduce the Russia anti-COVID-19 vaccine in Cameroon. The External Relations boss granted an audience to this effect to Russia Ambassador to Cameroon, His Excellency Antonio Bashikini, who in the following except highlight what they discussed.
We discussed the possibility to find an access to Yaoundé, to Cameroon, to Russian vaccine Sputnik. We are supplying this vaccine now 25 different countries, and Cameroon expressed their wish to have this vaccine, Russian vaccine Sputnik, and we discussed with the minister the best way to get this vaccine because it's a huge demand in the world.
And still talking about the coronavirus, health officials in Cameroon blame the rapid increase of the coronavirus pandemic from 25,738 cases in December to 35,714 cases in February. That is 9,976 new cases recorded to the non-respect of barrier measures. Dr. Joseph Fonkam, a virologist, in the following excerpt says there is no more speculation when it comes to the coronavirus pandemic.
There is no speculation. There is no more need to have any speculation on this. Instead, there is a major concern nowadays on the more and more new cases of coronavirus we are seeing. Not just the new cases, because as compared to less than 3,000 cases we were seeing monthly, but now we have in average 4,000 cases during this past month of February. So we are really getting worried. And not just we have more positive cases, but we also realize during the previous months we had just about 10 cases of mortality linked to COVID-19. Now we are having 50 cases a month. So the situation is really worrisome, and we really want everybody to wake up from their dreams and make sure you should really implement these barrier measures, because otherwise you may be the next person.
And just to add that 24 African countries will soon receive the COVID-19 vaccine from the UN-backed COVID program. This includes Kenya and Nigeria that will receive the vaccine as from today, Tuesday, March the 2nd, 2021. You are listening to Royal Money News coming to you from Royal FM 88.4. On to something else, activities leading up to this year's edition of the International Women's Day have been launched in Puma, Littoral Region by the Minister of Women Empowerment and the Family, Professor Marie-Thérèse Abena-Ondua. This year's celebration has been particularly with that of which this celebration has a particularity, which is the annulling of the activities due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Let's now listen to the Minister of Women's Empowerment and the Family, Professor Marie-Thérèse Abena-Ondua, during the launching ceremony.
Coronavirus is with us. We made it compulsory for everyone to wear a face mask. Getting back to the habit of washing hands, avoiding crowds, and really spreading the message that coronavirus is not somebody else's thing. It is with us. I visited some structures of women who are in cocoa culture and cocoa or culture of banana. It made it possible for us to know that women are involved in banana cultivation in this area.
And still talking about the International Women's Day, today we looked at the rights of women to own land. Nelson Lambry's legal mind in the following soundbite says the law does not prevent women from owning land in Cameroon.
Yes, of course, it's possible for a woman to own a land. Very, very, very possible. Now, if the woman fulfills the conditions laid down by the law to own a land, there are three things involved. Either a woman is owning a land because she is the custodian of that land. Second thing, either a woman is owning the land because she actually purchased that land. And third thing, either a woman is owning a land because that land was willed to her. So it is very, very possible in the Cameroon land tenure system for a woman to own a land, as I said.
Nelson Lambry, the legal mind, further lamented on some tradition which prevent women from owning land.
There are some customs and traditions in Cameroon where it's difficult for a woman to own a land, especially when you go to places where there is a patrilineal succession, not matrilineal, or you go to some tribes and villages in Cameroon where they see the ownership of land by a woman as a taboo, and they will not accept that. Where a woman cannot be willed property, it means a woman cannot succeed her property. It will be very, very difficult. But generally, the Cameroon Constitutional Law does not actually forbid a woman to own a land. Anybody can own a land, a man and a woman. There's no discrimination by the law. One thing is involved if and only if two fulfilled the condition laid down by law, then there will be no problem for a woman to own a land in this country.
Nelson Lambry speaking there. Anyway, to something else, the International Civic Defense Organization has promised to assist Cameroon with equipment to tackle challenges like floods and landslides in the country. The Secretary General of the organization, Cameroonian-born Mariatou Yap, was speaking in Yaoundé after meeting with the Minister of External Relations, Eugène Belambela. And in that light, the Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Atanganji, has called on Cameroonians on the occasion of the International Civil Protection Day to work closely with the government of Cameroon to avoid disasters. Let's listen to Minister Paul Atanganji speaks.
The factor of education and sensitization is very, very important, and we have to create awareness for people to understand that the International Day of Civil Protection is for people to understand the dangers and the uncertainties which are around us, for us to prevent as much as possible these natural disasters and manage them so that we should save lives and limit the damages and the casualties. Is very important, because when the response is adequate and efficient, we limit the casualties. The ideology about civil protection is we have to risk our lives to save the lives of others. It is understood. And I think that in this architecture, President Paul Biya is a living example, because whenever there is a catastrophe, a disaster, even at midnight, he informs the government that take immediate measures to save lives.
And out of the country, just to say that French ex-president Nicolas Sarkozy has been sentenced to 3 years in jail, 2 of them suspended for corruption. He was convicted of trying to bribe a judge in 2014 after he left the presidency. And we talk sport to say that the League 1 and 2 championship has been launched with current champion PWD of Bamenda and Renaissance of Gumu of a winning start in the top and second tier championship. Bengeman will tell us more.
Elite 1 and 2 football is finally back in Cameroon after a long wait coupled with the power tussle between the Cameroon Football Federation and the Cameroon Professional Football League, and of recent, another fraction led by Senator Albert Mbida. After consultation with club presidents last month to deliberate on modalities to restart the Elite 1 and 2 championship, the Cameroon Regulatory Football Body kept to their words when the first and second division leagues resumed last Saturday with 2 enticing fixtures to open the 2020-2021 season. First came the Elite 2 cracker between Renaissance of Ngomo and AS Matelo, which served as the opening fixture of the Elite 2 championship. Despite taking the lead, AS Matelo was stunned by a brilliant comeback from Renaissance after a second half brace from Freddy Lionel Atimenge, who inspired his side to their first win of the season. Then came the much awaited clash between newly promoted side Yafut and defending champions PWD of Bamenda for the League 1 opener. The Abako boys, who were handed the League 1 trophy for the previous season, narrowly urged their hosts 1-0 thanks to Eyenge Francois' winner. The Abako boys are aiming to win back-to-back titles this year. Match the one of the first and second division championship will continue this weekend throughout the national territory. The games will begin this Saturday and will run till Sunday.
It is with that note in sports that we wrap up this edition of Royal Morning News. More newscasts will be yours at 8 a.m. in the French language, 12 noon Royal Midi, 2 p.m. Royal Afternoon Edition, and 6 p.m. Royal Soir. The team keeping you company this afternoon is made up of Carol Podacente, Wisa Copyright Clark, Irishke Moisa Sound Engineer, Lenkwekama Video Editor on our Facebook page, Royal FM Cameroon. The news was produced by Susan Nayonge, with editorial question coming from Jean-Pascal Tala. Coordination was done by on-station manager Bertrand Uwona. General supervision was ensured by Reverend Pastor Emmanuel Nobisai. For presentation, my name is Abel Bella Samari. Up next is Royal Matina with Dominique Nlemva, who is here with me. Good morning to you, Dominique.
Bonjour, Abel Bella Samari, mesdames.
It is Tuesday.
Bonjour. Oui, deuxième jour de la semaine, deuxième jour du mois, et donc aujourd'hui, on a tendance musicale Afrique et on parle de la question de l'insalubrité à Yaoundé. Faut-il véritablement imposer des amendes à ceux qui jettent les ordures, soit même le sol, soit juste à côté du bac à ordures? Eh bien, on en parle tout au long de cette matinée.
Somebody once says that the best way to discipline in Africa is fouetter.
Il faut fouetter, hein?
Listeners, don't move up your muzzle, because up next is Royal Matina with Dominique Nlemva. Stay blessed.